This past weekend, Imperial Gaming and Collectibles hosted their free OTS tournament where first place earns a box of OTS 20 and 21, and top 16 earns prizing that includes packs from OTS 20 and 21. I played in that event, and I really want to say that I did incredible. I did a incredible performance during that OTS, but I bubbled out. Oh yeah, it was something, you know. It was a little devastating when I found out that I actually did bubble out of the event, but honestly, I can't be disappointed on the way how I performed because honestly, I played correctly as much as I could possible when it came to the games um that I lost, right? But I actually did misplays more when I was in the winning positions and I ended up winning that game. So honestly, I'm not too mad about it. I really am not. So right before we get into this deck profile of IKEA Lab, yes, I did bring IKEA Lab. This deck performed, right? The last two regionals that I went to was absolutely downhill. It went garbage. Like, I really do want to say that for sure. At the end of the day, I am not mad about my performance on the Sunday's OTS tourney. Okay, I have the rest of my matches right over here. Okay, round one, Punko Pride. Yes, 2-0. I'll tell you why. Round two, Bestial Dragon Link with a super heavy samurai engine. It's really interesting, but you know, it actually does stuff, right? I have a really spicy card in here that I'm gonna be showing you guys. That card really did come in clutch, for sure. And you know, Punko Pride. No, Bestial Dragon Link, really cool deck for sure. Round three, Despia Brandon. That was my first L. I need to figure out a way how to just go against that deck because literally I did not even get a single game off of him. Round four, Tier Cash. It's like a really small cash engine where like one of the cash tier field spell, 3 Fenrir, just search Tier Cash, pop off from there, right? Spicy card really did come in clutch again. Round five was against Trap Trick. 1-2. Trap Trick is definitely like one of the worst matchups of IKEA Lab for sure. So you know, that's also something. And round six was against Sword Soul Super Heavy Samurai, 2-0. So basically, a lot of 2-0s. We actually played really well, and I am really proud of the way how I performed in that OTS tourney. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the deck profile. Peace. Alright, right before we get into the official deck profile, I do want to say what I actually placed in the entire tournament. I placed 18th out of like probably like 60 to 70 people. I really want to say that I'm actually proud of the way how I am performed in this tournament. Without further ado, let's get straight into the deck profile. Alright, so for the Labyrinth monsters, we're playing triple copies of Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle, 1 copy of Lovely, and double copies of Ariana. Obviously, pre IKEA format, these cards were already in the deck as it is in these certain ratios as well. So Ariana, this is your normal summon of the deck. When this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 Labyrinth card from your deck to your hand. This includes Lady, this includes any of your furniture, this includes any of your welcome Labyrinths, or even field spell if you have like that much gas already. So the card is really important. This is probably the only card you need to worry about like being hand trapped or anything like that besides from your welcome cards, like with a Veiler or something like that. But other than that, this card's really good. And if a card were to leave the field because of a normal trap effect, you can draw 1 card and you can set it if it's a spell or trap card. But other than that, it's really good. I really have a love-hate relationship with Lovely because if you see this card in your hand, you most likely are going to be losing the duel. But honestly, that's just my luck because like Jesus, I hate this card. Like once I see this card in my hand, like unless if I'm like discarding it with furniture, I'm literally going to be sitting on this card the entire time. But once this card is on the field, this card is basically one of the best cards of your deck. Your opponent cannot cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation of normal trap cards. So no Ash Blossoms with your furniture with your welcome cards or anything like that. So you know that's really good. No Barone no Barone negation or anything like that. Really good. And if a monster were to leave the field because of a normal trap effect, you can destroy one card in your opponent's hand or one card on the field. And with Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle, while I control a set card, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects either. And if you activate a normal trap card or a Labrynth card effect this turn, you're able to quick effect summon this card. So if it's like during your like opponent's battle phase or something like that, 2900 beater is 2900 defensive is actually really good, because a lot of cards cannot get over that right now. And when a normal trap card is activated, not just you, it includes your opponent as well, you are able to set any normal trap card different than the ones that's being activated right now. So say as if an imperm is being activated, chain the lady, so you can set literally anything that is not impermanent. So those are gonna be your normal Labrynth cards right there. Going straight for the furnitures, this is your best one, Stovey Torby. We're playing double chandelier, and we're playing one cool clock. I was really imagining these ratios before entering the regional, but with the regional I did play triple copies of the Chandraglier. Also, like, these cards are really good. Obviously, for these furniture cards right here, you are able to send this card from hand or field to the graveyard and discard one card, and then you set any Labrynth spell or trap card from your hand or deck. So basically, if I have all the guys already and I already have like big welcome Labrynth, sometimes I will literally just set field spell with this, which is actually really good. And if a normal trap if a monster leaves the field by your normal trap card effect, while these cards are in your graveyard, they do separate things. With Stovey Torby, you're able to special summon this card, and with Chandraglier, you basically able to get this card back to your hand. And the cool clock, really cool card right here, because like if you were to discard this card with either one of these effects, like on the resolution, you're able to activate the effect to get this card back to your hand, since this card was discarded because of a Labrynth card effect as well. So really cool card right here. And you are able to discard this card, and you are able to activate a normal trap card this turn as long as you control a Labrynth monster. So that's gonna be it for your furniture cards. For your welcome cards, we're playing triple copies of normal welcome, and we're playing triple copies of big welcome. Jesus, this card is just absolutely insane. I can see why the IKEA variant like runs a lot less traps now, and people are still not playing like the compulse anymore. This card is just absolutely insane. Oh my god. Like, say as if you have a monster on your board already, such as like one of your furniture, like the Stovey Torby or Ariana or a lady for that matter, activating big welcome, summoning the lady, summoning the lovely, bouncing lady back to your hand, and then you get to resolve the lovely effect because a card left the field because of your normal trap effect. You're still able to destroy the card as well, right? And the other thing about big welcome, except you can only activate one of these effects per turn, right? So the effect to summon from hand, deck, or grave is gonna be activated as a different turn. But while this card is in your graveyard, you're able to banish this card, and you are able to target bounce anything on the board as long as you control a level 8 or higher fiend monster. Normal welcome Labrynth, special summon one Labrynth monster from your deck, and you are just locked into fiends from your deck and extra deck, which is fine because you are mainly playing fiends anyway. And if a card were to leave the field because of your normal trap effect, you're able to set this card back as long as it's not the same turn you activated this card as well. So that's gonna be it for your welcome Labrynths. And last card, Labrynth. This card is absolutely nuts. I don't see why people cut this card, especially during like a mirror match or something like that. This is basically the card that's going to be determining if you're the winner or not. First person to guess this card in the mirror match is just going to win automatically, right? And if you set a welcome Labrynth, if you activate a set welcome Labrynth normal trap card, you're able to add the additional effect at resolution. You're able to destroy one random card on board, non-target destruction, which is really good. And if you activate any normal trap card that is not a welcome Labrynth card, you're able to reborn any fiend from your graveyard, or you're able to summon it from your hand. So really great card right here. I do not see myself cutting it. Only other spell card we're playing, Pot of Prosperity. you have a lot of flex spots in your extra deck, and this is more of a toolbox or toolbox than anything like that. I do not struggle on trying to find the 6 cards to banish off of this, and honestly, more than half of the time, if you activate this first turn and your opponent has an Ash Blossom, they will not Ash Blossom this whatsoever, unless if they want to kind of like run in blind into the matchup. But they want to see what you're playing first, so more than half of the time, this card is going to be resolving. So this card is going to be a really great card. If you're going second, right, attack first, go into battle phase first, deal all the damage you need first, and then activate the Prosperity during main 2, because that will honestly save you for sure. Alright, so hand traps. We're playing triple copies of Ash Blossom. We're playing triple copies of Nibiru. And we're playing triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. These cards, normal standard cards of the format. The format hasn't really shaped up to be anything like too serious yet. Like, not serious, but like anything like you don't know like what's gonna be the best deck of the meta or anything like that. So I would say these cards are like really safe to play right now until like the format settles. So Imperm, obviously a normal trap card for your lobby cards as well. Really good card. Ash Blossom, Brandon matchup, easy. Literally this is the card that you just kind of like just put into like any like matchup, because more than half of the time your opponent always has something to be that will run into Ash, right? And Nibiru, this card is absolutely nuts in this deck. Because literally, right? Let's get these cards out of the way real quick. Nibiru. Obviously, we're going to be seeing a lot of combo in this deck, and that's going to be running into more Nibiru than anything like that. This paired with your furniture card is absolutely insane, right? You do Chain Link 1 Nibiru, and then you do Chain Link 2 Stovey Torby, where to the fact that you activate this effect to discard the Nibiru, you will get a free board wipe. You do not get your Nibiru. Your opponent does not get a fat token, so it's a basic free board wipe right there, and it's absolutely insane. I did not pull this off at the OTS tourney, but I did pull this off at the regional. It was an automatic scoop for my opponent right there. So really great card right there. So that's gonna be it for the hand traps. Normal traps. A lot of people don't play this, but I still play it. 2 Compulse, really good card, not once per turn. You could easily get this card back from your graveyard with Lovely, things like that. Extra bounce doesn't seem too bad to me, so why not? And especially the fact that you can bounce your own cards as well. So really cool right there. 2 Terrors of the Overrule. People play this at 1. I like it at 2 because this is like honestly one of the best cards in this deck right now. Because like this card gonna like gets rid of anything on the board, monster, like spell, trap, field spell, anything like that. Like especially like a continuous spell if your opponent tries to activate a continuous spell, right? And like a continuous spell that's already active on board, you basically just say, hey, Terrors of the Overrule, you're not getting that effect, anything like that. Play 1 Dogmatic of Punishment. I do agree with the 1 Dogmatic of Punishment in most lists, because you actually do somewhat go into your deck quite a bit, you know? So that's gonna be it's pretty standard right there. And once again, you can get this card back really easy with your Lovely, so you know, that's really good right there. 1 Daruma Cannon, great card right here. And it just flips your opponent's monsters face down if they're playing anything like sprites, synchros, anything like that. And if something cannot be flipped face down, they get rid of it. They have to get rid of it. It's not you getting rid of it, it is your opponent getting rid of it. So it just kind of helps you against like certain matchups like Pearly, things like that. And the spicy tech. Oh wait, before the spicy tech, D-Barrier. Great card right here. I agree with the 1 of as well. You can get this card back really easily. Maybe I might test out the 1 Terrors, but you know, I do like the 2 Terrors right now. So let's get these normal trap cards out the way. And before I show you the spicy tech, I wanted some way how to deal with Ash Blossom and Ghost Mourner and literally any other negates right there. Because more than half of the time, if you get Ashed or Mournered, you are losing the hand traps. You do not lose to the deck, and the one way to deal with that, Chain Hole. This card is absolutely insane. Shout outs to Benny, because this man really gave me just like 2 random hollow bolt cards, and when I read this card and I just said, yo, this card is absolutely insane, right? So let me hold it up a little higher. So when your opponent activates a monster effect in response to a card or effect activation, negate that opponent's card effect, then your opponent can banish 1 card from their hand or deck with the same original name as the negated card, and if they did not, you can banish 1 random card from their hand. So basically, this card basically says, hey, if you negate an Ash or a Ghost spell, right? They are forced to get rid of another Ash or a Bell, because more than half of the time they do not want to get rid of that one card from their hand, or they do not want to take the chance of the random discard, right? The random banish discard. So you're already dealing with 2 Ash Blossoms or 2 Ghost spells right there and then. And the fact that you can get this card back from your graveyard is a normal trap card. Lovely can get this card back, and this came in clutch for the tournament because, like I said, against the Dragon Link player, I read that he had an Ash Blossom in his hand because he was thinking about negating my Product Prosperity. So I basically said, I'm getting Chain Hole, and you are basically not gonna activate Ash Blossom against me. And I negated the Grapha Fusion against the Tier Elements player, and they were forced to random discard from their hand. So this card is absolutely insane. Thank you, Benny. And for the last 3 cards of the deck, we're playing triple Seal Drain. Really good floodgate right there. Your deck can really play around it well. Extra deck, 1 Chaos Angel. I didn't play this deck can easily go for more than 1 in a turn, but the good thing about this card is the fact that this card is easily recurable because this card is a Fiend, right? You can get this card back with Fail Spell. You can get the Fail Spell or Muckracker. Those are the 2 cards that can easily get this card back because of the fact that if this card is special summon, you can target a card, banish it. Is not once per turn. So basically, you can summon, banish, link it off with one of your furniture or anything like that, go for Muckracker, and then you summon it again to target it and banish another card. Absolutely insane. And depending on what you use for the synchro summon of this card, you are only using darks to basically summon this card because of the Stovey Torby and of the either one of your level 8s. And you can basically use literally a lighter Dark Monster as a tutor monster anyways. So dark monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So basically, imagine this card paired up with a lady or something like that, and you're just saying, hey, my monster cannot be destroyed by cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Now it cannot be destroyed by battle. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It's just insane how literally Welcome Labrynth, Big Welcome Labrynth just says that you need to control a level 8 or higher Fiend monster to just say, hey, I'm just gonna bounce back one of your cards. You do not need a Labrynth card. You need a level 8 or higher Fiend monster to just bounce anything back. This card is absolutely insane. So we're playing the 1 Chaos Angel, Dogmatical Punishment, toolbox, 2 Entist, 1 Garua, and 1 Bucephalus. This is all you need. You're only playing 1 copy of Dogmatical Punishment, and if you get it back, you're gonna be you like I said, you can get it back, but more than half of the time, once you resolve the 1 Dogmatical Punishment, you don't really need any more than that. Link monsters that you actually summon. You actually summon the Muckracker. This card is actually really cool. 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Underworld Goddess. Underworld Goddess, we used to play this before, then we cut it, but now we put it back in because we can easily get a lot of board presence with the furniture cards and everything like that. So Underworld Goddess, really easy to summon in this deck. Nightmare Phoenix, being able to out like certain continuous field spells, floodgates, or anything like that. Nightmare Phoenix can deal with it for you, and the fact that this card is a Fiend monster, so if you're under like the regular Welcome Labrynth restriction, this card you can go into it. And Muckracker, this card can be made with literally 2 effect monsters. You can just normal summon like an Ash Blossom or something like that if you really do not want to get rid of another body, and then discard a card and summon a Fiend monster. Like I said, bring back your Chaos Angel, bring back your Lovely, you bring back your Lady, things like that. XZs, we're playing a lot of them. Not a lot of people play the XZs, but I can see where they come in handy. So we're playing 1 Baguska. This card is a Fiend once again. You could bring this card back with Fail Spell to stall like at least for 1 more turn. So really cool card right there. 1 with King Caesar, 1 King Tau. If you have another Chaos Angel, cut this card out. You really don't need it. This is basically just for the extra mats for Zeus and for the Machinex as well. So that's the only reason why King Tau's in here. 1 Zombie Stein. This card actually came in clutch. This card, I was testing against my boy Martin, so shout outs to you. This card just basically runs over Dragoon. and you're able to steal. You're able to negate a monster as well. One, the Girsu, we like to have outs for more outs to Dragoon than just beating over it. We like the nice non-target send, and for Zeus, whenever you just attack with one of your boys, and you just go for a nice Zeus. So that is it for the extra deck. Let's get straight to the side deck. I was playing Ghost Bell. I still have to test things out, and I changed the Ghost Bell for the Drolls. It was just a much better decision to me, and I feel like if I had Droll, I would have done way better at the regional, but I just did not for whatever reason, so I just put in Droll. Really good card. 2 Lava Golems, and we're playing 2 Gamma Seals. Just different ways to get rid of bodies on your opponent's board. For more trap cards, we're playing Solemn Judgment. You're still playing a trap deck, so Solemn Judgment to just avoid things like Evenly and Harpy's Feather Duster, things like that. The amount of times that my opponent have Harpy's Feather Duster is that's absolutely insane. So good thing I did not actually die to a Harpy's Feather Duster because I always had the Judgments. Do not cut out Judgments. That's all I'm gonna say to you. Evenly, great card right here. Normal trap card, like I said before, you can summon the lady off of this, and you clear your opponent's board as well. And once today, I cleared my opponent's entire. I think this was during the regional. I actually cleared my opponent's board while they actually had a Sword Soul token on board. So, absolutely insane card right here. And for the last 2 cards, 1 Eradicator to deal with spells and trap cards, and 1 Deck Devastation Virus for small bodies like Sprite Monsters. Yeah, mainly Sprite Monsters. You could, we've been seeing a lot of for higher decks as well. I'm not sure if they're small bodies, but it can deal with that as well if they are. But without further ado, that is gonna be it for the deck profile. I absolutely love this deck, the IKEA variant. Like this, it just pops off. Like your opponent cannot keep up with you if they do not have answers for the furniture cards, and more than half of the time, they do not have answers for the furniture cards. And if they don't have an Ash Blossom or a Ghost Bell to deal with your welcome cards, they are in a hustle. Not in a hustle, but like they are in trouble. I would just say that for sure. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna peace out. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all later. Peace.